Hello. Say hello. I apologize. I look kind of crazy. I was just out walking the dogs. Shh. My German Shepherd. He's a German Shepherd, so he whines a lot. GSD people, no. So I just got done walking the dogs, and I thought that this was a good opportunity to just kind of talk. Sorry, I'm a little chilly. So I thought I was imagining it. I'm being called to tell this story now. I tried doing this video before, but then Spirit told me that it wasn't the right time. But I've been talking about Sekhmet and Ma'at, and first off I wanted to say that Sekhmet and Bastet are said, or some believe that it's the same goddess but two different sides of her. Bastet is the more of a home protector, I believe. I believe she's the goddess of beauty, actually. She's more of the loving side of Sekhmet. Sekhmet is the very kind of vengeful. She's portrayed as evil at times, but she's not evil. She's just a necessary part of karma, kind of a ruthless one. So, having said that, I thought I was just imagining it at first, and I'd be walking throughout my house and I'd see a cat out the corner of my eye, and I would look, turn around and look, and there wouldn't be a cat there. I would have thought maybe it was my cat because it looked very similar to my cat Milo. I'd walk into another room after doing this and I'd see him sleeping in a deep sleep in a completely different room. So at first my mind was all, is Milo astro traveling in his sleep and messing with me? And then I've had a lot of theories. And then I just went on to keep seeing this cat everywhere I walked in my house, for weeks, for a month straight. And why did my mind just go blank? And then I thought, I know my one of my neighbors has a lot of cats, and he had a cat that kind of looked very similar to mine, but it was a female, and her name was Navi, I think. Anyway, I thought maybe she passed away and she was just kind of visiting me, but I went to sleep one night, and I closed my door at night to my bedroom because my cat likes to come in, and he'll he's super clingy, and he'll wake me up constantly throughout the night trying to get closer to me and cuddle. So I feel bad, but I shut him out because I need my sleep. He likes to hang out in one of my a closet in my bedroom throughout the day because the heater runs through there, so it's warm in the closet, and he likes to be in there and sleep in the warmth. Anyway, I kept being woken up because I kept hearing banging around in the closet, and I was all, that was weird. That's weird. I shut the door. The cat shouldn't be in here, but I got up, I opened the closet door, I peeked in there, and I didn't see anything. So I left the room, I opened the door, I left the room to go to the bathroom, and when I did that, my cat was out there. So I was like, okay, maybe he just slipped past me and I didn't see him. I just kind of put the thought away. And I went back to bed. I made sure Milo was out there sleeping, and I shut the door. I still felt somewhat of a presence, but I just kind of shoved the feeling away and went to sleep. And in that morning, my partner got up and was sitting at the side of the bed. And let me tell you first off, he's a non-believer of the woo-woo, I should say. And I'll just start off with that. And when he woke up and was sitting at the side of the bed, I heard something like rummaging around underneath the bed, and I kind of like, I was like, oh, that was funny. And then he was sitting there getting dressed, and all of a sudden I hear this, like, it sounded like a disembodied cat meow. It kind of sounded like my cat, but he wasn't in there. And I was all, that was funny in my head. I shut my cat out this morning, or last night. And he heard it too. Like, I thought maybe I was hearing things. Sometimes I just feel like I sense things that other people don't, and he heard it too. And I knew this by the way he slowly turned around and looked at me, and he didn't know I was awake. I think maybe he thought I made the noise, and I looked at him and I was all, what was that? And he's all, I don't know what that was. That was really weird. And then he didn't tell me it sounded like a cat at the time. He went on to get up, and like I said, he's a very he's a non-believer in spiritual stuff, ghosts, spirits, or at least he leads me to believe he's not a believer. But he got up and he started like searching around the room, like quietly. He didn't say anything. He just started searching around the room, looking under the bed and stuff. And I didn't ask him what he was doing or anything. Later that day, I was all, you know what? I want to know what he thought about that noise. And I went and texted him, and he's all, yeah, it sounded just like a cat. And I was all, were you looking for it after we heard it? And he's all, yeah, I expected to find Milo under the bed or something, and he wasn't there. I was like, okay, so it's not my imagination. There is a freaking spirit cat in this house. I'm not crazy. After that happened, things got kind of quiet for a while. You know, I still see this cat from time to time, but I went and recorded, I don't know if I posted this video or not, but it was regarding Egypt. I made a post regarding Egypt. I think it was regarding Nefertari, possibly. I was talking about Nefertari. I don't know if I had, actually, I recall seeing a video regarding Bastet during this time. Anyway, I recorded a video, and after cleansing and everything, I sat down to eat dinner, and I started seeing, like, it kind of looked like a mirror reflection of light. I have a snake plant very close to, it's on my windowsill next to my doorway. I heard that by keeping snake plants near the doorway, they'll protect the home. I don't know if that's true or not, but I love plants. I have plants all over the house, so I keep my snake plant close to the door. I started seeing like this shadow, like it was like light dancing on the side of this pot of this snake plant, and I thought maybe it was me moving because I have a mirror that faces that window. I thought maybe it was me moving and reflection was dancing on the side of the pot. But I looked, like I kept watching it, and the leaves on the snake plant were like shaking and moving. And I was like, that's really strange. I thought maybe an earthquake. But I kept watching it, and it kept moving around. And then suddenly it stopped moving, and this like wispy white light, like a rectangular shaped white light kind of came up off of the plant and kind of like spiraled up towards the top of the window. And as soon as it hit the very top of the window, the wood of the window frame popped really loud. I thought that was, I just kind of sat there like, did I just see a spirit come out of my plant? And then I was like, why was there a spirit rummaging around in my snake plant? It's very rare that I visually see spirits. Like, I get visions in my mind, especially when I'm sleeping, or if I meditate, I'll get images, or whenever I'm channeling. That's how I get a lot of messages, is through images, but it's very rare that I actually like see spirits moving around in real life. That was one of the very rare times that I've seen that. But just a few days ago, like this past week, I looked in my plant, and this plant has been dormant for so long since I've had it. Like, my grandmother tore it out of her plant, and I thought maybe it wouldn't survive because of the way she plucked it off of her plant. After whatever spirit was rummaging around in my plant, it started growing 3 new shoots, like right after that happened. And I thought, this had to be the spirit's doing. Like, a spirit touched my plant and made it grow, I swear. And I'm wondering if it was Sekhmet Bastet who did this. It has to be related to this cat. Like, I'm relating this to the cat spirit. I'm wondering if this cat spirit is Bastet protecting my home, and she maybe did some kind of woo-woo to my plant to provide more protection to my home. Maybe I don't know. I just had to share this with you guys because it was such a weird experience. I thought it was very interesting. It is very interesting. I would really like to learn more, and maybe I should meditate and ask my spirit guides about it. I feel like Sekhmet Bastet is on my side. Like, maybe she's become a part of my spiritual team. I don't know. It's very, very interesting. But anyway, that's my story. Thank you for watching. If you've stayed this long, it's not really a message for anyone. It's just kind of a woo-woo story. Yeah, I'll see you next time.